This video is about the tarot, which brings this whole series full circle. Because we've met some of the archetypes which are contained in the tarot, but we haven't really talked about what the tarot is. And the tarot cards are used as the major form of divination in Western society. They're pretty influential. We use tarot cards because they answer our questions, and it's like being able to contact a reassuring voice from the other side which gives you messages of hope, comfort and wisdom, which is what so many of us are looking for in this confusing world that we live in. And what the cards are, or where they came from, is a bit of a mystery, but the first hard copy of the tarot that we have turned up in Italy in the 1500s. Apparently tarot means cards of the travellers, so they may have been brought to us by the gypsies. It's a nice story. I like a nice story. But what they are is they're cards with pictures on them, and they give us the modern playing cards that we use today for fun and games and magic tricks, and those playing cards reflect the Gregorian calendar. So we've got day and night, the 4 seasons, the 12 signs of the zodiac, the 13 months of a lunar year, and we also have 52 cards in a deck, which gives us 52 weeks of a year. Then we have the Joker. The Joker is the only card from the tarot which remains in our standard playing deck. So today I'm using the Rider-Waite Coleman Smith deck because it's self-explanatory, it's vanilla, and it's iconic. These are the sort of pictures you're expecting to see when you see tarot cards. So these are the cards that I use when I'm doing tarot card readings for people at markets or whatever. In the tarot, we have the minor and major arcana. So the minor arcana is those 4 suits, just like in a playing deck. And then we've got the major arcana, which is a bunch of interesting pictures. And this is said to be a story about the soul's journey through life and reincarnation. The spread I'm using here is a spread I found in an old book on tarot in the now closed Wellington Library 20 years ago. And what we're doing here is we're arranging the cards so they match up to equal 20. Apparently 20 is a number of completion. I don't know why. Fingers and toes maybe. But what it does is it gives us an interesting flip side to the meanings of the cards when we pair them up like this. And I'll let you contemplate their meanings on your own. It's way more interesting for you when you work it out yourself. What you may have noticed is I'm using Justice here as card number 8. Traditionally Justice was number 8 until the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn switched her with Strength because they wanted that lion to look the same as Leo in the zodiac at number 8. But what this shows us is how these little deviations can be perpetuated if we're not aware that they've been put there. So we flow through the 8 or 9 major archetypes, finishing up with the Hermit, which brings us to the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is said to be the luckiest card in the deck, but normally I pull it up when something which doesn't look like what I wanted to happen has happened. So it's often showing me that there's a silver lining, that I'm not getting what I want, but I'm getting what I need. And it's about ups and downs of fate, or you could also say it's about a pole shift. We're seeing that 8-pointed symbol here once again. And once this card turns up, it takes us through to the second phase of the Major Arcana, which looks a little bit like revelations from the Bible, except that it's not really that Christian. There's no signs of Jesus here, and it's more naked dancing ladies, which is my cup of tea. I also want to draw your attention to the Magician and the High Priestess, who are the Sun and the Moon once again. It sort of references the things I've been saying about them in those other videos, which is sort of why I had them there. And it shows you like the dark night of the soul before we reach enlightenment, which takes us through to a new era, which is the world. So yeah, that's just a brief look at the tarot to bring this whole thing full circle. Anyone can use the tarot cards. They're free to use. If you're interested, just go to your local magic shop and buy yourself a deck that you like the look of. And you can get a book, so you can just pull a card and learn its meaning. It's there for anyone, and it's really approachable, which is why so many of us use it. They're quite fun. yeah, if you found this video interesting, perhaps you want to check out some of the other videos I've made on metaphysics. See you soon. That's it.